What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goze are back. We're continuing with interviewing the fighters that are participating in the PFL Challenger Series. We're up to week 7. We got light heavyweights ahead of us this weekend, Friday. Fubo TV's got you covered once again. And one of the headliners is here with us, Impa Kasanganay. He is going to be fighting in the main event against Osama El Sidi. Welcome back, Impa. How are you?
Hey, thank you for having me. Doing great. How are you?
Good. I could have sworn you've competed as a welterweight and middleweight, and now you're taking your talents to light heavyweight. How much do you feel like you're going to give up here? I mean, there'll be some advantages, but maybe some disadvantages too. But are you feeling pretty comfortable about this decision?
Yeah, no, I feel great. I mean, I think a lot of people don't know too. Like the biggest I ever was when I played college football was 245 pounds. That was 235. Like I'm back at home weight wise. I'm just like, oh, this is great. Like I'm not cutting a lot of weight or really having to cut too much weight at all. Like even when I was at middleweight, probably close to 210, 212. Welterweight, I still cut down from like 200, 205 maybe. So it's like this is where home is for me, and that was like really disciplined eating. So yeah, for me, it's like I don't be able to push the pace on these guys. Definitely be faster. Strength wise, there's no discrepancies. So I'm ready to get after it for sure.
So what do you walk around at normally during your camp? I guess these last few weeks.
At light heavyweight, 220.
220.
Yeah,
Okay.
220, 215 to 220. So
Uh-huh.
I'm liking it a lot.
Yeah. And is it a lot that one gets removed off their mental plate of not having to worry about whether it's counting calories or stepping on a scale or this much intake, this much you got to burn, is that kind of a relief a little?
Yeah, it is too. Cause like for me, it's always been just about the love of fighting. I love to fight. When I was at welterweight, like I'd say the common denominator for me is that I love to fight. I love to fight. I love to dominate. I love to be in somebody's face and getting after, challenge myself. And when I take away the weight cut, when I remove that, I just get me in great shape and push the pace and challenge myself. I'm very, very, full of joy. So yeah, it definitely is relief. I don't like, especially welterweight. Welterweight that was a challenge for sure. Like little injuries here and there, probably from my body being dehydrated. Middleweight wasn't really a hard weight cut. It's just still you had to monitor it. This one I'm free. I'm really free to be me. So I like it a lot.
What position did you play in college football?
So in college I played all over. So funny enough, freshman year I couldn't get over 196. So that was really light. So I played running back, DB, mostly linebacker through college, and I've also played D tackle when I was 245. So I was all over the place. I didn't play football till my senior year of high school, so I was just an athlete. Mm-hmm. And they're like, okay, we're gonna put you here, special teams, defensive end, rush. So I loved it.
All right, Impa. So let me run you through some quick fire questions. Okay. Don't lie. Were you a fumbler or could you hold on to the rock?
I gotta hold on to the rock. Come on now.
Just checking, just checking. Okay, how about DB? Did you get burned a lot or were you an interception machine?
No. Let's just say that's why I got moved to linebacker. The coach's like, nah, you're going down the box.
Yeah. And then at linebacker, what was your favorite thing to do? Like to blitz and nail a quarterback, or did you like to hit those slot receivers coming over the middle?
That's hard. That's a good one. Cracking the receivers across the middle. That's fun.
Yeah,
for sure.
Have you seen that? What is it called? XFL or USFL? They're kind of a little bit more loose on some of these rules of the game compared to how the NFL's tightened up things. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Yeah, I seen a little bit of it. I have a friend. He actually, Coop. He played for. I don't know who he plays for in the XFL, but he's playing there now. I think it's cool. I mean, football kind of got not soft. I know they're trying to keep guys healthy and keep them safe. So like, credit to them. But sometimes some of these calls, it's like it doesn't make football fun anymore. I think people watch it for the hits. People watch it for that's why guys play. You get to that level, now you can't really hit somebody, or it's kind of soft. So I think XFL's doing it. They took advantage of an opportunity to tailor to what fans are asking for. So I think that's cool.
I was watching a Netflix documentary called "The Bullies of Baltimore." Have you seen it?
No.
It's about the 2000 Baltimore Ravens, when they had this defense that was so awesome that really the offense didn't need to be that great, but they still won the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
And it was pretty cool. But they mentioned they feel like they're going to hold a lot of records because now they've really made the rules so difficult for defenders of what they can and can't do. But back then they were just driving through the quarterback and putting all 300 pounds on him, even after he's released it, and it was pretty eye-opening.
Yeah, for sure. No, there's some dogs in that defense. Was that the Ed Reed, Ray Lewis? Was that team right there?
So it was Ray Lewis, Tony Siragusa, Rod Woodson.
Rod Woodson was there?
But Ed Reed hadn't come out yet. Ed Reed, if you'll recall, was on the 2001 Miami Hurricanes. So he came out the next year. He was part of the Super Bowl team that won it in 2012. He just missed out on that team right there. But those teams are pretty legendary as well.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. I remember. Yeah. Ray Lewis is a monster. I wonder if he'll be here. But yeah, he's a monster. I remember those days.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. So you might want to, hey Ray, how you doing? If you happen to see him, because sometimes he does the judging here, so you can show that little football angle. But if you have time on a fight week where the weight cut's dialed in, and obviously your hard workouts are over, check out Bullies of Baltimore. It might tie into running into Ray.
I like to watch the movies, during fight weekend.
Oh, okay. All right, so let me put you back here with Goze. Goze has a couple for you. Goze, what do you have for Impa?
So, Impa, what I wanted to ask you was the mindset that you're in now. Does it feel any different than the mindset in other mixed martial arts fights because of, the way the panel is and all that?
No, I know my job. One thing that I need to do is go dominate a fight. And that's what I love to do. I put everything else in God's hands. It's always been that way. And I think that's what's helped me grow in my career from, when I first started training. It was never about, I didn't even know, when I first started, I was like, oh, I'm going to get to the major leagues. I thought I was going to be an accountant and I was going to fight at night so I can get better because I love that challenge. I love martial arts. I love fighting. And I thought I would test myself. Thank God I had a good coach who was like, hey, let's focus on fighting and you can make it to the UFC. You don't need to do any bare knuckle underground fighting. So I'm like, okay, deal. So for me, it's judges or not, my validation doesn't come from that. I'm grateful, but I know that by the way that I fight and when I do my job, everything else handles itself.
The prize being so big after this fight, is it difficult to not maybe just kind of not look past this fight, but kind of think about the future and what could be waiting for you with the victory here?
No, for sure. I think the cool thing is you can always look forward in PFL, and you're pretty certain, right? It prepares me for the season, right? So, especially knowing that the light heavyweights go April 1st, I told myself, I go claim this victory, go get this contract, God willing, I go, dominate this fight. And I know that I have to fight April 1st, so I'm on a warpath right now. It's not one of those things where I can just be like, all right, some long motorcycle trip and, get out of training. I gotta stay on it. So it's exciting. It's inspiring. To me, it's one of those things that kind of I feed off of. If it's a pressure, I say it's a privilege. So it's something I'm really looking forward to. I want to stay active, and it's something I've always prayed for. So I keep saying a lot, through my social media and life, that I'm living in answered prayers, and that's why I'm really excited about the PFL. It's one of those things. Man, am I really living in answered prayer? And that's what's getting to me more. So gosh, I'm gonna fight, and I get to fight again right away. I get to stay active and change my family's life, my life. It just excites me really.
You mentioned you thought you might actually be an accountant. Can you maybe share with us, have you thought much about when you hang up the gloves and that's all over, what you would do? Is accounting maybe something you would do?
Well, actually, fun fact, I'm doing accounting right now. Not a lot of people know, so I bet you know now. I work every day of the week. I have my own business too. I train clients as far as boxing, kickboxing, but I also work full-time in an accounting position. And right, I'm on the accounts receivable side. It looks like I'm going to go into auditing soon. I think fighters should open up their minds and open up their lives to be well-rounded, in the cage, right? Some people only stay with striking, they never wrestle. But I think also in life you should be well-rounded. And for me, my goal is to get my MBA, start that soon. Eventually, if I go into public accounting, get CPA. But I'm very, very happy. I'm working at the Boca Raton Club here in South Florida. They have a huge finance department. That's the side I'm on. So you can think of anything from auditing, accounts receivable, mergers and acquisitions, all that. That's where I've been right now. And I don't think I'd want to do it when I just hang up the gloves, because I mean I plan to fight for 11 years, and I don't want to be qualified to do something that I graduate college with in 11 years. I want to be able to be a CFO, CEO, director of finance, or just or have my own company and have that knowledge and that base, or start my own like tax preparation business. Maybe like one of my clients' dad said Chilobo's Tax Services. Something with my fight name. Maybe something like that. But I don't want to be like everybody else. I want the young fighters who come up to see, like, you don't have to fight for $250 and $250 when you first start and have nothing else to show for it. I want you to be able to be free when you train, and I'm so grateful for the accounting team that I work with, because they really respect me. Like I leave, I come, I train, I go to work, I go train, I come back, I stay. Sometimes I'll stay a little bit later, and it works great in my training schedule. So there's something out there for everybody, and I don't think education should be tossed to the side.
Who do you currently work for right now?
Boca Raton Club. It's a resort here in South Florida, and they have a huge. They've been around since 1926, and I started as a temp, into the accounts receivable side, because I wanted something that just kind of worked with my training schedule. And then they have like different resorts and things like that. So there's so many different layers to the accounting department and the finance team. So that's where I am right now, and I love my team. Shout out to them. I think some of them are coming to my fight, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a different life, and I thought about public accounting. It's just that schedule's different, especially if I get into auditing. Like tax season, there's no way I'm making a training session. So this one's really, really cool, and they're a huge company. I think they do hundreds of $millions a year. So it's just cool to learn and to grow in that in what I studied in school.
What if the Boca Raton Club has someone within the building that's acting a fool? Does security know that there's backup in the accounting department that they can lean on if necessary, or is that part not even known to everyone else in the company?
I don't know if all of them know. A few good people know. We had the executive meeting, a stand up we call it, and they brought it up because they knew I was fighting this week, and kind of fairly new there. But if security needs me, just give me a bonus. That's all I say. Just give me a bonus.
Can you name another light heavyweight that was a accountant?
Old school guy?
Yeah.
Is there? It wasn't. Oh, was Chuck Liddell?
Yeah.
Chuck Liddell, right? With Chuck Liddell?
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that.
George, wasn't Tank Abbott one too, the heavyweight?
Tank Abbott also had, I believe, a business degree of some sort. I'm just not exactly sure if it's accounting, but I know that's what Chuck had. But yeah, there's Tank. Do you remember Tank Abbott, Impa? That's even way before Chuck Liddell. But
Tank Abbott,
he's kind of like the original Kimbo of sorts, where he was like known more as a street fighter, and then came over to MMA and did his thing.
Okay, the name sounds familiar. I don't recognize him fully though.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, listen. Always fun to talk to you, and I can't imagine a young fighter not being inspired hearing you kind of burning the candles at both ends, and doing your thing. And that's always great to hear from athletes towards other athletes, because it's a small percentage that really push all the way through. So having a base in life is super important. I'm glad you drilled that in, because a lot of kids need to hear that. Good luck in your fight. The weight loss or the weight cut, which gladly it's not as much as the other ones. That goes smooth as well. And don't forget, do you remember the name of the Netflix special?
Bullies of Baltimore, right?
Bullies of Baltimore. Yeah, sneak that one in. That way, in case Ray's tied in there somewhere. You never know, man. That might be that coin flip. I don't know who to send, man. They all look great. Give me Impa,
I'll take that.
You never know. All right. Thanks for the time. Take care, man.
Thank you.